Hey, it's beer o'clock. You know what that means? It's time for Beer with Bender. Hey, Alex Bender here doing the show, this entrepreneurs show where we have a beer and a chat. And yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. And today, I'm super excited to be having an interview with a good friend of mine, a guy that I met in Vegas like probably about 8 or 9 months ago. Amazing guy. We're going to be catching up in a few months. And he's just a man with heart and passion. And he's just a really, really awesome guy all the way in the US. And yeah, so without any further ado, this is Mark Brown. How you going, man?
Hey, mate. How you doing, man? Good to see you, Alex. Thank you so much for that. Really, you made me verklempt for a second. Thank you so much for that great introduction. It's so great to be here, you know. I got my beer here. It's I think I'll crack it open like you. Like I need this here. It's called the Traveler Grapefruit Shandy. So we'll try this. It's something I just picked up, and we'll see how it tastes, you know. So great to have a beer with you and chat.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had a beer. So what is it that you got going on there?
It's called Traveler's Grapefruit Shandy. And I just took the first taste of it. It's got a little hit of grapefruit on it. It's like a little refreshing. It's pretty good. I could see it, summertime thing. Pretty interesting. It's pretty good.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I got the Constable by James Squire. I've actually never had this beer, so this is the first sip I've ever had of the Constable. I actually went down to the liquor store 30 minutes ago and bought it. It's like, look at me at 10 o'clock in the morning and getting a freaking beer.
Yeah, right.
But hey, that's a good beer. No worries, man. So, well, I guess while we're having a beer, we'll have a quick chat, mate. So tell everyone that's watching this show, tell everyone a fun fact about Mark.
Fun fact about me, it's really funny. He's just it just kind of happened, when everyone touches my heart, it's a little bit of a fun fact. I don't see it as a weakness, but I'm a really emotional guy. You know what I mean? Anything that touches my heart, like I've been known to cry over silly commercials if it moves, touches, and inspires me. That's a little fun fact for you. But that's just who I am as a person. My daughter, who's 9, she always looks at me, Daddy, and I just get, I'll break a tear at any kind of moving story or something like that. I guess that's a little fun, but on the other side of it, that's fun that I do sometimes is I'll be in an elevator and I'll do this. I'll be like, while I'm in an elevator with people, and people just look around and be like, do a little fun little Tweety Bird while I'm in the elevator to make people look around. So I don't know. That's a couple fun little things about me.
Brilliant, man. And yeah, I know you're a passionate guy, and any passionate person, their emotions just come out of them. So yeah, and man, Tweety Bird, got to do that again. give us this Tweety Bird again. That's brilliant, man. Brilliant. Right,
wow.
That was awesome.
Oh, and I snort. That's a fun fact.
You what?
I snort when I laugh. There you go. Sometimes it's so funny.
That's one thing I don't do. I don't snort. Well, most of the time. Oh, good. So, Mark, mate, how did you begin this crazy journey of being an entrepreneur?
Oh, wow. Being an entrepreneur. Well, I don't know. Ever since I was young, I've always watched a show called, I'll be dating myself, but I used to watch this show called Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, right? And that probably ingrained in my brain. I want to have what people want to have and also help others and stuff like that. But as far as breaking out on my own, I was in the Navy, and after that I went to school for engineering, and I was actually working for a major aerospace company, and I decided to leave, right? And I start my own business, right? Because I attended this seminar about personal development. It's always been a part of my life, and you only have one life, and you only want to give back to others and help others, and the only way you can become provide for you and others is to create wealth by having your own business. So I started my own business. I left that engineering position and started my own business. It was called the National Scholarship Service. And that was my first dabble in my first business, and you know, I learned from that, and I failed. And ever since then, and that was like in 1996. That was my bug. But ever since I was younger, I've always been entrepreneurial, trying to serve others, make and as you serve, you get money. That's where it started, and I've been like that ever since, even up to this day. Like I help others in my business, and I help people here, but I also dabble in the online space and direct selling and stuff like that, network marketing.
Cool, man. Yeah, no, you've been on the journey for a while then, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, who would you say is your most influential person out there?
Well, influential person. The first person is my mom. My mom, youngest of 5, right? And I was youngest of 5. All my other sisters and brothers are 5 years. So I'm the youngest. And she was single mom. But my oldest sister was 18 when I was born, right? So it was a big range. But my mom always, no matter what, she always, worked hard, did whatever she can do to make sure we had everything we had to have, and never gave up, and always, set it straight, told it like it was, with fair and firm, and she always instilled that into me, to be independent, to learn certain things. And I would say, yeah, my mom, Doris. Yeah.
Cool. Doris. Cheers to Doris. Man.
Cheers to Doris.
She gave you your amazing work ethic, so that's awesome. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, us entrepreneurs, we love a good quote, and like you're part of the same team that we're in, and like Paul Hutchings is always like every second sentence he ever gives. Yeah. Do you have yourself a favorite quote?
Well, I tell you, one that I figured you asked something like this. Jim Rohn is influential on me too. So one of the things that stands out for me. This is a quote from Jim Rohn. It says, "Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. And always be growing." That's that's what I get out of that quote.
That is amazing, and I love Jim Rohn. It's like I can't get enough of that guy. Like I listen to his audios at least once a week, and probably every third or fourth book is a Jim Rohn book. Like he's like Mr. Jim Rohn. May you rest in peace, man. And that's awesome. Awesome quote. Well, buddy, like we'll come to a point in this show that a lot of people have struggled with, and you just see if you got what it takes, man. It's like you got to tell us a good joke. Everyone, Sarah Jane gave a pretty bloody awesome joke, but everyone else has dropped the ball pretty bad on this one. So. You got to come up with something good. If it's corny but still good, that's all good. But like you got to tell everyone watching this show, there's someone out there that can actually tell a good joke. Because I can't.
All right. I got something, but it's more catered towards men. So I'm sorry, ladies. It just came to my mind. Don't judge me. I love all you ladies, okay? But they're all right. So there's this lady who's working in the baker shop. She's young. She's wearing a really, really short miniskirt, right? And she's behind the counter, manning the counter. And, she has one of those ladders, right? And there's the good selling product in the bottom, and there's a not so good selling product in the top, right? So there's the guys, sitting in the line there. And the first guy notices what this lady's wearing. And, she's cute. So he looks up top. He's like, hey, he goes, I want that raisin bread up there. So of course, she does her diligent job, and she, gets up on the ladder, and she comes down with the raisin bread, and he has his little thing there, and he pays, and he pays that it goes a long way, and the guy behind him notices what's going on. He's like, wow, okay, well, hey, he steps up to the lady at the counter, and she says, hey, what would you like? That guy inspired me. I'd like some raisin bread too. And so she does her due diligence. She goes up on the ladder, everything like that. She comes down with the raisin bread, and hands him the raisin bread. He pays and gets going, and then here comes the next guy. He's an old guy, right? Really like little guy hobbling up, and the lady goes, "Is yours raisin too?" And he says, "No, but I got a little twinge."
Well,
I don't know,
that
that's
is a good
good
joke. I like it.
I don't know. That's just something that's a funny one.
No, it's brilliant. And cheers to you for the first guy to actually do a really good joke on this show. So there we go.
Get out of town. Well, thank you for that.
Brilliant. Rightio, buddy. Well, are you ready for the 10 quick questions with Bender?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've seen all your past. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No worries, because like when I started with this, Simon Haywood did take the quick part of the 10 quick questions with Bender, and it actually put me to sleep when I was watching it again. So we got to get this quick. Okay, so Mark, 10 quick questions with Bender. What was your first job?
My first paying job. My first job was a paper boy at age 11. Then also, shovel. So I did paper boy till I was 17. But then I worked my first paying job where you sign the W-2 and all that stuff. I worked for a restaurant called A&W Root Beer Restaurant, and that was my first paying job. But I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. Like we have a place called the JC's where you learn how to make and sell stuff and stuff like that. But the paper route was probably my first job. Excuse me, the beer.
Cool.
So that was it.
No worries. Yeah, well, my last interview I just did with Alex Ford, his first job was a paperboy too, and he sucked up. He actually threw half the bloody newspapers down the drain, so we didn't have to deliver them. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so who's your favorite superhero?
Superhero. Growing up, man, I always had an affinity for Aquaman. Everyone shoves him to the side, but he's the son of a mortal and the queen of Atlantis, but he can control all the world's oceans and communicate with all the all the fish, and he's a lot more to him than people think. He has superhuman strength because he's from Atlantis and stuff like that. So Aquaman, and I'm a fish. I'm a Navy guy, so I live right down by the water. So I don't know. That's one of my favorite superheroes from the past who founded the Justice League. But like right now, modern times, I would say Iron Man just because he's the shit. He's badass.
Well, they're both awesome. So yeah, no worries. Aquaman and Aquaman. That's awesome. Okay, so what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is by hands down golf. Man, I've been golfing since I was 12 years old. It's one of my passions, and I got my daughter into it. My dad got me into it when I was about 12 years old. 12 years old. So I absolutely love the sport. It's just fun to watch. A lot of people be like, "Oh, golf," but it's a game of highly skilled. It's never the same game twice. So you're out in nature, you're walking, you're always doing something fun. You're trying to do it's you against the course. So I love that aspect of it. So it's a lot of fun for me. Yeah.
That's cool. I suck at golf. I actually haven't played in years, and I really want to. So we're gonna have a game of golf one day. One time we're catching up at an event somewhere, we'll have a game of golf.
Absolutely, and just out there to be fun. I don't judge. Listen, it's all to be out there and have fun. Like I've been playing so long, I don't even know my handicap. People are like, you don't know your handicap? I'm like, I don't know my handicap. I never really took. That's how much I love being out there. I'm not competitive. I just like being out there. I shoot low 90s. Awesome. I have my own personal things.
No, awesome, mate. Awesome, mate. Well, I normally ask people what's their favorite team, but if your favorite sport is golf, they don't really have teams. So do you have yourself a favorite sport, or you got yourself a favorite team in another sport, or your favorite golf player, or what?
Well, they do have teams like the Ryder Cup and the versus the Ryder Cup's USA versus Europe. But if I was to identify with another team, I only I can identify with football over here, Dallas Cowboys. Only reason for that is because the cheerleaders when I was 8 years old. But but no, like my favorite golfers right now is Jason Day's killing it. But as far as a favorite group team, I would say Dallas Cowboys.
Cool, awesome. Rightio. Well, what was the last song that you listened to?
Coming home. Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. Yeah. My daughter loves that. She'll sing it. She's awesome. She loves that song.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so what was the last movie you watched, mate?
The movie. We put it on the other night. I didn't watch. I was actually on a hangout, and I had it on, and I didn't. It was actually Star Wars, the new Star Wars movie, which was, I saw half. I was half listening and half watching, and I'll rewatch it again. But Star Wars was the last movie I watched in house while I was on a great training. A great training that was on that I was attending.
Cool. Well, what,
I guess.
did you have DVD or what? Or download it?
Oh, how did I watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a great box called the Stream Smart box. Okay, and it's you can stream anything into it. So I pretty much anything that's streamed it can be had. We'll talk after about that.
On that one, but that's all good.
Yeah. No, I don't download it. That's illegal. You can't steal movies. I don't download any movies. That's illegal. Streaming is legal. It's through a Roku box or something like that.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, what's one thing you absolutely hate doing?
I hate doing. Oh, geez. I don't mind. What I really hate? I'm sorry, what?
Besides,
yeah, we got a little lag here. So we got a little lag here, no problem. What do I hate doing? I absolutely hate folding socks. Because doing socks, like I despise it. Like matching the socks, because I swear to God, I have like 15 like single socks that I have no, like, where do the socks go? So like, number one, I don't like doing it, but I have like this band wad of socks for business socks that I have, and I have like no other matching pair. Like, so socks are I absolutely hate it.
Well, that's a first. Most people just say they hate cleaning. But yeah, okay. Excellent. That's brilliant. Okay, well, do you have yourself a book that you're currently reading right now?
Yeah, I usually have a couple go. Yeah, I've been in the process of reading Outwitting the Devil here by Napoleon Hill. Yeah, that's a pretty deep conversation here. I don't know if you read it. I highly recommend it. It's pretty amazing. Everyone knows Napoleon. Most people know Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, that's like one of the staple books I think everyone should have in their library. And I picked this up, so I'm like halfway through. I haven't been diligent on it, and my next read will be. It's wow. It's like eye opening, just like every book. I think everyone should read something or listen to something to, grow. You want to grow. You want to be dying. My next book, I have the new. I have Tony Robbins. Money. I forgot his new book on money. That's the next book that I got that I'm going to read. Cool.
Yeah, I actually haven't read Outwitting the Devil yet. It's been on my list for ages. It's like I heard a couple of people talk about it on Inner Circle calls and stuff. So yeah, that's going to be one of my next ones I go and get. So I have to try and find it.
It's really good, man. It's really intense. It's pretty intense. It's good stuff. And it's
cool. No worries. Does he go on about a lot of the weird stuff like he does in Think and Grow Rich?
Absolutely, but even deeper. This is like after, like this book wasn't published until after he was passed on, and his family actually didn't want to publish even for a long time until they passed on. So this was a transcript after Think and Grow Rich. So it's a conversation of him actually acting as the devil. And it's pretty eye-opening, He talks about Think and Grow Rich in the book, and it's pretty amazing because he talks about his reflection about how he's writing Think and Grow Rich and how he's not applying some of the stuff that he wrote about to tell for millions of people, right? So he talks about that in here and how everybody can come to. We all have low points in our life, and how you have to retrain your brain and reset your goals and your mindset and vision and stuff like that, because the devil will creep right in and just shoot you down,
Cool. Well, that actually got onto my next to read list. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for that. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Right, next question I've got here. What did you want to be when you grew up? When you were a kid, what did you say you wanted to be?
Oh, wow. Well, my brother was a fireman, right? So I always had like yeah, I said something like helping others, right? So, I don't want to say like everyone wants to be a fireman, but I wanted to be a fireman, then I, changed to professional golfer. And then I also wanted to be a chef. That's why I probably love cooking. I absolutely love, love creating stuff in the kitchen, creative stuff. But all those things. Then, like I said, like one of my favorite shows watching growing up, it's kind of crazy. The lifestyles of the rich and famous. We see lifestyles, things out there on the internet and this, that, and the other, and everything. Most of that show is about like movie stars, and some I didn't really get the business side of things, like what they were showing, because I was too young to understand it. Lifestyle is key, and if you actually give more value to the marketplace, you can have the lifestyle that you want. But I always wanted to be able to provide and give service. That's why I'm a hearing specialist too. I run 2 hearing clinics right now, and I also work on the online space, direct selling, network marketing space. And that gives me great passion and love to be able to provide something that I can give them and give them back life. If they choose it. That's a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you have a choice to do what you want to do. Everyone has a choice to help themselves here. Everyone has a choice to help themselves in their current financial situation. Everyone has a choice to help themselves lose weight. Everyone has a choice to help themselves get better healthy. Like I had some health issues recently, and you have to make the choice and commit to it.
Man, that's powerful stuff. That's awesome. And you always wanted to help people. That's amazing. Great. I can't even say anything about that. That's awesome. Right. So where did you want to be? No, hold on. If you could live anywhere in the world, I lost my train of thought there. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Wow, there's so many places, but I love the ocean and I love golf. So anything that has to do with, and I love warm weather. So maybe I don't know about the Caribbean with the hurricanes. I don't know. I have friends down in like the Gulf Coast of Florida, that area down there. It's so beautiful, white sand beaches like St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa Bay, that area, Treasure Island. And I know they got great golf down there, and I've been to Belize as well. That was pretty neat. Third world, up and coming country, and, get dual citizenship. That'd be kind of cool too, or Costa Rica. But anything that has, ocean and golf and stuff like that. But there's so many different places that come to mind. I know, going back to your last question, like, what do you want to be? I always wanted to live in Lake Tahoe for some reason, because I was a snowboarder and a skier, and I also know on the bottom of the mountain they have tons of golf. So I was like, you get the best of both. But I'm like, they have a nice lake, right? So that's water, but it's not the ocean.
So good. Well, you can have multiple places, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Mate, that's 10 quick questions with Bender. You've done it. You've done it. How awesome is that?
Well, man, that was it, right?
Well, that's it. Well, mate,
that was 10 questions.
That was 10 questions. How easy is that? That's all easy. No worries. Well, I'm chucking in another question in the show just to end it all. It doesn't have to be a quick one or anything like that. But it's a success tip. Like, have you got like something that people are watching this show, a success tip for them to take away with today?
A success tip. It's been a hard thing for me, and I struggled with it for a long time. And you have to break through it for yourself. Success is like, always be yourself. Like, really, like, it's you that's gonna make things happen, no matter what. And always, no matter what you're up to in life, no matter what it is, like, always improve on your craft, whatever niche market, whatever you're trying to provide for and value in the marketplace. Always improve on that and never stop growing. And lead with giving away stuff, like value. Give away value, and then once the more value you give out into the marketplace. And again, believe me, I'm not sitting on the mountaintop sitting there saying I've got it all and I've learned it all, because I haven't. But what I've learned, because I've allowed my ego to get out of the way in most things, but I'm still working on myself, that's another tip. Always be learning and growing inside. That's probably the best success tip I can give to you. And also, look up to, people that are like, find people that have what you want and kind of just model them and learn what it'll save you tons of years. Like, that's why I choose to read the books. I know Alex reads a bunch of books, listen to audios, stuff like that, and kind of apply it to, and really apply it. Like, if you don't apply the knowledge that you have in your brain, it's just sitting there, and you deserve to, express yourself with it, because if you don't get it out there, then you might be able to touch and inspire someone just by what your message is, you know. But if you leave it inside, then it's never going to be out there into the world. So I guess that's something I would like to share with everyone out there.
Man, that's awesome. Really,
Thanks.
That's inspiring stuff, and it's just so true. Just be yourself and learn from others, and yeah,
it's tough because, you know, listen, I'm afraid. You know, sometimes I'm afraid to be looked at. You know, like I'm not. You know, I had this story that I wasn't good enough. You know, I was born a mistake. This, that, and the other. And that's all rhetoric. That's all story stuff. You know, story stuff that you make up in your head. And the cool thing about your mind is you can change that story into something different and live into that. You know, you have a valuable gift, better than mine. You have some. I don't even want to say better. We all have great gifts to give, and we all have to know what we're strong in, right? And also know what we're not so great at, and just focus on the strong ones. Don't worry about that stuff. And then you build a team of people that have all those other traits, and then you all work together because unity always wins. And then you build this massive, thing, you know. And all together, that's how you achieve things. That's just my thought process and belief, you know.
Man, see, I hope everyone can see on this show why I've got Mark on this show. Like that's just amazing. That's awesome. And thank you very much for sharing that success tip, buddy. Seriously, thank you.
Oh, no.
Now, with that, I'm sure everyone wants to be able to connect with you. How is anyone going to be able to connect with Mark?
You know, everywhere. Probably the best place to connect with me is, you know, facebook.com/meet Mark Brown, MEET Mark Brown. Okay. You know, hit me up on Facebook, become a friend, say, hey, I saw you on the show. If you have any questions about anything, I'll be very transparent as well. meetmarkbrown.com. But the best, you know, so you can go there too to check that out. But, you know, meet Mark Brown on Facebook, and that's my handle all over the internet. So MEET Mark with a K, BROWN as in the color. And I look forward to hearing that from anybody, please, because that's how I learn and grow. And the more I can help, I'd be happy to serve you.
Brilliant. Well, I'll chuck all the details at the bottom of the blog. And so, yeah, everyone go and check that out. Connect with Mark, because he's an amazing guy. Well, Mark, mate, thanks a lot for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I've got a little bit of my beer left. You got much of your beer left?
Oh, I have lots of it left. I think I've been talking too much, but cheers, mate.
No worries. Well, yeah, again, thanks for being on the show. Look forward to catching up with you in like 3 weeks. Crazy, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for anyone else, yeah, anyone else like that you want to connect with Mark, connect with him. Check out all the other episodes in this show. They're all around the website here. And yeah, cheers for stopping by. Look out for the next episode of Beer with Bender. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
I hope you really enjoyed that interview, another episode of Beer with Bender. Now, you know what? You know the best way to get notified of the next Beer with Bender episode is to subscribe to this YouTube channel, right? The YouTube channel of Beer with Bender. So what I'm going to do is, hey, I'm going to drink this beer, and by the time I've finished this beer, you should have subscribed to the channel. So go and do this while I chug this beer, right? Cheers. Have a great day. See you on the next episode.